around with this book, and this is how he treated the kids there at El Pueblo. This was his take on these children with disabilities. Okay, so the book is called, I'm trying to pull it up on my website real quick. He destroyed evidence. I know they did. Also, El Pueblo destroyed evidence in our lawsuit. So the book that he recommended that all employees at the read that worked for kids at El Pueblo, it was called Games Criminals Play and How You Can Profit by Knowing Them. That was the actual name of the book. Games Criminals Play and How You Can Profit by Knowing Them.
And why is that book significant?
I think the book is significant because it's saying how you can profit by knowing them.
Well, I'm not trying to.
They cashed out at $10 million. $10 million. And our kids were starved.
I think you're asking a lot of good questions, but I guess it's just, it makes me think of, let's go to the highest branches. What was that big scandal with the torture? Abu Ghraib. So in Abu Ghraib, you had all this torture that was happening, and they basically said that they were just doing what they're ordered to do. So this goes all the way to the White House, but we didn't do anything with our, our war chief, our war commander. And so a lot of times, if you got it on tape, you can get somebody the small fries, but when it comes to the big people, unless somehow you have a direct connection to them, it seems like they're going to get away with it. I mean, unless you have like evidence that directly links them, then they'll just deny it until the cows come home. So you would have to have circumstantial evidence, a witness, or something saying that that person was doing that specific thing to that thing. Because just being on the board, I mean, they probably have no idea what the hell is going on at El Pueblo. They probably weren't even checking it or going over there. Or, like you said, they were doing all these fundraisers. And so I guess it's just hard to tell. It's hard to tell what's real, what's not, because it's just a battle of words and ideas. And I don't know.
Well, I know this. I know that during public shaming or exposure, people are fired. I know that it works. Whether we can tie it directly or whatever, that is. And then there's also accessory to a crime, right? So a parent, let's do a scenario. So a parent is in a very hostile environment and she fails to protect the child, even though she didn't beat the child, the man or the husband did, or the boyfriend or whatever. There are women that got life for that, for not protecting these kids. So any argument that they want to use that, I find it very hard they didn't know. There was cameras in El Pueblo. There were cameras all over that place in Pueblo, except for the ones where the kids.
But you yourself had admitted that they're all on the boards, and so what if they're just, when you start a corporation, you have to have some board of directors. So I would think, like right now, if I was to just start some corporation, I would just ask, 4 of my friends, and if I couldn't find 4 of my friends, I would just probably strike up a deal. So I wouldn't really know them, and they really wouldn't be looking over the thing too much. And if they're all together in this, it seems like they would probably do that for each other for a lot of things. Yeah. So they could just be on each other's.
A lot of these people are on multi-boards.
Right. Well,
they're
she's
like
that
like
Patty.
Octopuses. And why I want to say it's another form of money laundering when you do that. So you're on the board of El Pueblo, right? Mm-hmm. And now you're on the board of this other juvenile organization, and this organization is giving El Pueblo $10,000, and then you've got El Pueblo giving this other organization another $15,000, and they're doing this between these multi-boards that they're all on, that they're all invested in, that they're all a part of, and they're all surrounded around children. It's another form of money laundering. I give you 10, you give me 15, we just keep spreading it all around.
So
where's the money really going?
I think you're asking good questions. I guess I want to get to who's to blame and what can we do.
Okay, so first and foremost, as you know, during the Wells Fargo, I'm going to give a point. During the Wells Fargo scandal, who all got fired? All the CEOs did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Every one of them got fired. They didn't resign. They were fired. and if not, sued. So and here's another point. Wells Fargo is still being sued. They're still showing up in the news. We're not done with the Wells Fargo scandal. So where do you go? You go to the top, and you do work your way down. You go after the CEOs, and you look at the board members. There's tons of people that were on the board that run these multi-rackets with these people. And then I'd have to say, who's next? Well, you know what? Who could have protected these kids? Law enforcement. Who could have given these children justice? The DA. That's another one, right? Mm-hmm. And then let's look at the highest law enforcement here in the state of Colorado that could have done something for these kids, that should have done something for these kids. Because I watch it all the time going on in other states where the state attorney general is bringing all kinds of actions against these people. I don't care if they're in residential, private prisons, but they were used. They were used. They were at risk. They were disabled. And I will add that if you abuse a child, there's a certain criminal code, right? But if you abuse a disabled child, that bumps up the felonies. It just bumps them up. Because these kids are not normal functioning children. They were at risk. It is a known fact that disabled children are 10 times more likely to be a victim of a crime than regular children that have their fullest capacity. So, that's how we start. I want to know why in the world the state attorney general is not doing anything. Why in the world Reggie Beecher is still running this racket after he's had nothing but his entire time that he's been here, child abuse. He's been called to the floor so many times for child abuse. Our legislative voters voted him out, voted no confidence for him, and Hickenlooper gave him a award right after it. So we're not asking for something that's never been done. Like I said, other states take this very seriously, and they do their job. They should have done something about El Pueblo a long time ago. But you have to understand, El Pueblo is a moneymaker for Pueblo. They send and sentence and order children from all over the state of Colorado to El Pueblo. And they also sentence and sent and order children to your CHMIP, which is your state mental hospital, and a majority of the competency evaluations are done right there in Pueblo. This was a money racket. It's a money maker, and I know that I should feel good about shutting down their money making ability, and which I am, but that's not all that. That's not all that I want. I lost everything fighting these people.
Have you found competent, because DHS investigated, right? They would have had to investigate and took notes, and that's why they shut it down. With the investigation, would it like a serious investigation into this, would that help?
So KOAA News, who's been covering our story, Eric Ross, asked for all the Freedom of Information records, and found that DHS knew all about it and did nothing about it. So when they can come on and say, well, we wanted to give them a chance to clean up their act and all this other stuff like that, they're lying too. And who runs that? Reggie Beecher runs that. You see, because, they knew and God only knows how many other hell homes for kids there are in Colorado. We have lately we've been shutting a lot of these down. But there's other ones that are going on right now that aren't even on the radar because they're not letting it on the radar. They're not letting the public know where their tax dollars are going. They're not letting any of this out because, my God, it'll make everybody look bad. It's kind of like what the public pretender said, hey, nobody's going to rat their friends out. Nobody's going to turn anybody in. This is how we make our money. This is how we go to work. This is how we pay our mortgages, our house payments. And this is just how it's ran. And it's been run like this way for quite some time because I found another state attorney general who knew all about the abuse back in his day, I covered it up because Pueblo was his hometown. So this is a pattern. It's a pattern, like how the police would say, we're looking for motive. Motive is money, okay? Pattern is we've already established this pattern of massive child abuse there in Pueblo. And I would have to say for citizens, too, where parents are being either false imprisoned there and their children are being taken away from them, et cetera, et cetera. I know that Pueblo has a high crime rate, but what blows me away when I step back and I look at Pueblo and its high crime rate, personally, I'm saying I know who the criminals are, and it's not the citizens. You guys have been looted out of everything. I was just there a couple of days ago, and it's a poor community. It's like everywhere you drive around, there's nobody living in high luxury. It looks like they've looted. It looks like a racket moved in and looted its citizens of everything they have. That's how it looks like to me. There's not really anything thriving except for the empire they built. They're nice, shiny buildings that they're all running, and they're nice organizations they're all running, and they're just looking towards the parents and the children to continue to pay for this racket and entrap more people to continue to pay for the racket. That's just how I look at it. That's my own personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't, I guess, oppression. I can't stand oppression. And if I look at all the major institutions, as soon as you're a kindergartner, you're shut up, sit down up until you're 18. Then you got to raise your hand just to go to the bathroom. And then once you graduate, you're allowed to get a gun and go kill people over in Iraq or where have you. So it's just the prison. And
here I have to add one more thing. And then when you get back from serving your country,
yeah,
the moment that you tell people you have PTSD, you can't have a gun anymore. What is this?
That's what it sounds like to me. Basically, it's a machine, and it's eating people alive, and the best way to save yourself is to never get associated with the machine. Don't stay away from the machine. The machine's going to continue to devour people without anybody knowing, and so the oppression. I just feel like our culture is I feel like I'm very like a hippie. So I believe you should love people back to life, and that there's a reason behind people's behavior. So as much as people want to just label somebody and discard them and put them into some mental, they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to, they don't want to reflect on themselves too. What if the society is just a selfish place, and so.
Right, and I want to add one more step there. You guys are so repressed there that you have no choice but to go to the racket, to go to United Way, to go to the homeless shelters, to go to the food.
There's no homeless shelters.
Ask for help, and then those are the people that are running it. And once they find that they can take you, or take your kid, they're going to do it because I think it's like look at it this way. You lease a car, right? Mm-hmm. You get to drive the car, right? And you pay for the car, right? But guess who really owns the car? The people that lease you the car. At any time, they're going to say, well, we've been funding all this. We're just going to come take your kid.
I don't know about how afraid there's no homeless shelter. So I think that tells me a lot of what I need to know about. They don't care. They don't love anybody. They don't care anybody. If you're down and out and you're starving.
They just opened one. They just opened a new homeless shelter. But it's not designed to really get you on your feet. It seems like Pueblo doesn't want people to get on their feet. Their biggest moneymaker are what the Rockefellers started years and years and years ago.
There's no homeless shelter.
Yeah, it's all industrial, it's business, and the other big moneymaker for there is their mental health hospital.
I just talked to the city councilman, and he says there's no nonprofit homeless shelter, there's no government homeless shelter, we don't give a damn about people, we don't care. And so if we can't even care about people that have no food, the most vulnerable people on our streets, I think the only way they'll give a damn is if they could do some sort of fraud like what you're alleging. So if somehow I can get these homeless people, if I can get these homeless people...
It's really sad because, like I said, I was just driving through there a couple of days ago, and I'm glad to see it all still boarded up. And there was talks about, I even wrote a big blog selling a crime scene. It was never secured as a crime scene. El Pueblo was never handled like a crime scene. The kids were criminals, and they were great at making the kids criminals. And see, like I told you, I am a perfect example of when you stop giving a child psychotropic drugs that he doesn't need, 25 different psychotropic drugs over a 15-year period, that you got a different kid when you get them off of them.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, is that the profit motive. So if you got all these homeless people, the best way to, I guess not get them to care, the best way to understand their behavior is that they want to label them, you're crazy, get them stamped into the program. They're drug addicts. They need treatment centers to get, basically get their name into the system, and it's a machine that just keeps on eating. So basically, if there's no profit incentive to take care of homeless people, that's why we don't have a homeless shelter, because we just need to have a heart. We need to have a heartbeat. We need to give a damn about other people, and we don't. That's America.
I will add that Pueblo had a huge opiate problem.
We walk past the homeless.
Was the prescribers prescribing the opiates, and they were removing the babies out of the hospital. So the doctors were prescribing pregnant women opiates, and then they would take the babies out of your hospital in Pueblo. That's been shut down because the infant unit was shut down. So now I'm asking the government, in a $1 billion Medicaid fraud scam, are you going to give the kids back to these parents who might have been prescribed during their pregnancy opiates only to have their children removed and put up for adoption? Where are the children now?
The other thing I don't...
Where are these kids?
No, but we don't care about each other. We don't care. But then every which way, every level of... there's kids that are homeless. So what are they going to do? They're going to get labeled. They're going to get...
Right there. So once they get done building their racket, and the kids... So I want to bring up another issue. This is really important. They didn't hear a damn thing that we said. We were appalled at how they would throw them out when they were 18 with a trash bag and nothing and homeless on the street. And this makes them victims of sex.
We live in a country that don't even have universal health care. We're the richest country in the world. And go to Europe. Every country over there cares about the health of their citizens. Right. Health is life. Right. Health is life. Canada cares about the health of their citizens. So I think it's just the culture of America. We're a capitalist, dog-eat-dog society. So we're not together. There is no community. We don't care about the homeless. We don't care about the kids. It's a tribalism. Right. So everybody gets into their own little tribes, their own little groups. And then... we
try to fix it, and then they come after us as whistleblowers.
Sure.
For it.
If you were to walk into a pack of rabid dogs, they might bite you. So I feel like that's essentially the situation that you've described for the people of Pueblo.
And so when they didn't hear us when they turned 18, then they said, great, we'll bump it till they're 21. And they were still leaving with no college education. Some of them hadn't even graduated, with a trash bag, homeless, out on the street after they kicked him out of jail. And then they still didn't hear us, so now they bumped it to 24. They can keep these kids till they're 24, and they're not going to be in any better shape than they had kicked them out when they were 18.
We're not even treating the regular kids right.
Designed that way. And I want to say, out of fairness, because I'm a really fair person, that Pueblo is not the only one running this type of racket. It's ran in every city. It's ran in every state. It was all established back in the late 1800s, early 1900s under philanthropy. And I call it prey-anthropy. They're preying on the vulnerability of people who are down and out. And this has been going on for a long time. And that's why they tell these kids, get back to your community. What they're saying is, we want you to help us build our racket. And I would say that once these people die, I've researched some of this, once they die, they turn over everything that they built in that racket. They turn it right back over to the new people who are running it. Just the new generation that's running it. The money just stays in there, and it just keeps running the racket. It's a prey-anthropy.
Let's conclude this. What would make you happy? 20 people in jail? 30, 40?
All the CEOs. And law enforcement, there's a lot of people in there that need to be fired, and the DA needs to be fired and investigated for covering up, mishandling evidence, tampering with evidence, all kinds of things. The state attorney general finally doing her job and handling this like a crime scene and doing some indictments. Reggie Beecher being fired, for God's sake. And the kids exonerated, period. Hickenlooper, you need to exonerate all these kids they're just lucky they survived it because they were false imprisoned there. They were, and if I had my wish, everything that these criminals, once they're indicted, everything would be auctioned off. Everything that they did, everything that they profited off of, everything that they built in this racket would be their personal homes, boats, second homes, cars, whatever it is, or all that stuff would be auctioned off and given to these children in a trust fund because they have nothing and they have criminal records now.
Is there? Have you applied for a pardon for your son?
I don't want a pardon because that means that he did it. I want him exonerated.
Oh, okay.
And I want all the kids exonerated. So pardon's different. Pardon means you did it, but we forgive you.
No, I don't know. I don't think of pardon like that.
You were drugged out of your mind. You were surviving, and it was like a crime of passion. You were in a crime of passion mode and need to be exonerated. These kids need to be exonerated. They've got records. They can't get jobs, and they're disabled to boot. And I will add one more thing, that the state took these kids' Social Security and exploited them with them. And now that the kids are out of state care, they won't give my son his Social Security. But the state took his Social Security for 8 years, but now that he's out, they won't give it to me. And I think it's because the ombudsman, who is where you would file a complaint against a caseworker, and they found out that the state had mishandled $12,000 of his Social Security money, and they just don't want to. They just want to make that go bye-bye. They just want to keep covering up and covering up and covering up.
There was a Joe Johnson. He was a boxer in the early 1900s. Trump pardoned him because he got in trouble for lewd behavior or something. What he did is he crossed state lines and he had sex with a white woman. And so when he gets pardoned, I don't think that he was guilty of anything. I think the whole thing was just, a bunch of BS.
A racist crime.
Yeah, it was BS. It was BS. So
blacks and whites.
So I don't know what the legal definition is or where you're going off of it, but when I hear somebody's pardoned, I don't immediately think that they're guilty. I just think that something, either something clearly bad happened, or it could be somebody's friend and they're just getting off because they're buddies with, somebody in power. So.
Well, the one crime in Pueblo, he never committed. He never committed that crime. I have all the proof, and no one will hear me. No one will look at the proof that my son didn't commit that crime in Pueblo. And then he went on to, during our lawsuit, during the 2 years of our lawsuit, they just kept hammering him. They kept charging him with everything under the sun in the facility that they transferred him to in the spring. And that's when he was coming off his psychotropic drugging. And he took his last psychotropic drug during that time, and he had been psychotropically drugged at that point on 20 different pills over a 15-year period. And those things have got to come out of your system. They affect your brain. They affect your organs. They affect everything. And I kept saying, please, he's coming off of this. What do you think he's going to be like? You've had him so drugged up. What do you think he's going to be like? I mean, hell, doctors and hospitals will keep patients in the hospital if they're coming off certain medications so they can monitor them. No, you just kept going after him and so many charges. It's like you had it out for him during our lawsuit, And so that's, and I've talked to other parents, the same things happen to their kids. I want you to know that when these kids ran from El Pueblo, some of these kids were charged from running from El Pueblo because it wasn't a treatment center, it was a jail. So I saw those in appeals, where these kids were trying to appeal that I wasn't sentenced there, but somehow I'm there, but I'm trying to leave there and I can't, and now I was arrested for leaving this facility. So there's a lot more that the public needs to understand, that this was not what they wanted the people to believe. It's not a treatment center, it was a private jail, and it was contracted by the state, and it received federal funding, and they had very suspicious fundraisers to keep this place going, and these people live a very nice lifestyle. I mean, I almost watched Patty transfer overnight. Once she started working at El Pueblo, she started to wear these really nice clothes. I mean, she didn't have a bad job then. It's just very suspect to me, and that's the first thing